Okay, hey everybody. One other video here on the Skmei watch that I purchased, an oversized watch or a large square watch I got off eBay. This is Skmei, let's have a look there, the 1392, I believe, 1392, okay. And I chose to get a metal silver finish. They have gold as well, and it comes with a nice silver strap. I'll explain to you how, or band I should say. I received the watch unfortunately in damaged condition, and so I was able to issue a refund request with the eBay store, and they didn't want it returned, obviously, because they would have had to pay for shipping, which is not worth it for them. This watch, I believe, was about $15 as well. It's a nice watch, but the one that was shipped to me, I'll show you some photos earlier that I took before I fixed it. The second hand here, which is turning right now, that orange dial, or orange hand, it had fallen off the watch. So it was just floating around inside the case, and you can jiggle it, and it was just upside down and flipping around. That was one problem. Later I discovered also that the alarm doesn't work. There's no sound, so something's up with this thing. The digital watch, which you can see there faintly, I can try to show you. See, it says in there, there's a digital watch. There's no backlight. So when you press this button, the light doesn't work. There, it does tell time. You can see there in bright sunlight, it'll say 8, here I'll zoom in. You can see it says 8:25, and when you press this, the light button, it switches to 24-hour mode, which right now is still 8 because it's in the morning. And then these buttons change the mode. You can, there, you have an alarm, which doesn't work anyway. Stopwatch works, but you don't hear any clicks. So you can start it, and stop, and reset it, okay? And then back to time. So you have the digital clock, but I really like the shape, the face. This part here does nothing. You can see there that it's blinking, like 3 bars, then off, full, 3 or 2, full, 2, full, 3. You see, it's some random pattern. One other thing to note is that I set the second hand here, see it's at 0, in sync with this one, and it's lagging. So this is, or maybe it's ahead already. This one here, as you can see, is already at the 10 mark here, and this is 8, 9, 10. This is after several days, and it was in sync when I set it a couple days ago. It was in perfect sync. So it's I'm not sure which one is faster and which one is slow. I'm assuming the digital here would be accurate and the analog watch here, but I'm not sure. Either way, they no longer are in sync, and if we wait long enough, maybe after a month or two, they might be completely out of sync. Like by a minute or two, but nevertheless, it's not a big deal. There's no date function on this watch. Inside there on the analog part, you can see the date here when you press, I believe, one of these buttons switches. Oh, it says Thursday up there in small font. I can think you can see Thursday 17. Is it 17? Yeah, it's faint. You can see it better in bright lights. Let me zoom out for a second, and I'll put it on here. So I'll explain what I did. After the eBay store decided just to refund the money and didn't want the watch back, I didn't want to chuck it in the garbage, so I opened it up to see if I could have a go at fixing it. And so I took the hand and very, very carefully was able to reinsert it into the middle of the analog watch here. And I took a look at the circuit board for the digital part to see if there was anything I could do there, and unfortunately I could not figure out what was going on with the light. The buttons all connected properly. There's just something on the board that is not able to power it properly, so I didn't want to really mess around with it too much. So once I got it functioning, at least the analog part, and I had at least the digital watch working fine, you know, minus a backlight and some sound, which I don't really use anyway. It's just mainly to wear as a quick glance to look at. It's a cool sort of industrial style watch, very futuristic looking in the silver. So it's a beautiful watch. I think definitely worth the buy. And you know, just because I got a defective one doesn't mean that they all come defective. I think the one that works beautifully, you know, is a nice find. So definitely I recommend this watch if you like this kind of style. It's quite big, but not as big as some of the other watches that I got recently and reviewed. So I'm going to make another quick video and show you all three of the big watches that I bought recently so you can compare them. But this is, again, a quick review of the Skmei 1392. And thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks again.